Well now, you guys have been recommending me this channel and this particular video like crazy the last day or so. It's by a new and up-and-coming progressive channel that's been really doing a really good job in my opinion, of really ripping into conservatives and just right-wing dumb fucks, called The Soy Pill. You know, instead of the red pill or the blue pill or the black pill or the God pill, it's the soy pill. And I must say this channel has, it's got a lot of memes going for it. It's very funny. The avatar of the channel, as you'll be able to see here, is in the style of a Diary of a Wimpy Kid character, or at least it evokes that to me. Very much like that. And he put out a video recently called Elon Musk is Racist. And while I have no doubt that is true, I'm not gonna lie, if someone like one-on-one told me, prove Elon Musk is racist right now, I don't know if, like, off the top of my head, I'd be able to pull a sufficient amount of, like, damning evidence to prove that. So, let's do this deep dive. Let's find out why we know Elon Musk is racist. Let's refresh ourselves on all the reasons that may have slipped our minds and our short-term memory as we've been so overwhelmed with other things, and remind ourselves why we hate this guy so much on a ideological level. And of course, don't forget to go send some support to the Soy Pill channel, linked down below in the description, right at the very top. Link to the video will be right there, because of course we don't watch the whole of videos like this on the channel. We watch a good portion of it, we give a lot of commentary, and I try to direct viewers to go watch the rest of the original video. Give it a view, give it a comment, give it a sub, give it a like. All those good things. Anyway, with that said, let's hop right into it and find out why and how is Elon Musk racist? Not that I disagree. Oh, it's gonna play?
It's me, the Soy Pill. And I guess this is a series now. We're doing them all. Let's assemble the racist Avengers. I'm getting all the racism stones. Anti-Elon fervor has seemed to reach an all-time high so far. People are vandalizing his cars.
Look what those liberals did to this Tesla. Disgusting.
Protest.
No, I actually saw a Cybertruck today. When I was at the airport, and I was sitting in the bus lane thing. The cars can go through too. There was a Tesla Cybertruck, and I looked at it and I looked around to see how many other people were looking at it, and it was like almost everyone else was staring at the Cybertruck too. And I was glad to know I wasn't the only one who like spotted I was looking down at my phone, so I like spotted a glimmer of its like low poly resolution out of the corner of my eye, and I like knew it's like spotting loss made out of like peas on a plate or something, where it's like, oh my god, I'm so brain broken that like a quarter, like the corner of the corner of the corner of my vision, I see the wheel of a Cybertruck, and I know, and my eyes bolt to it, and I don't you feel an urge to vandalize it? Yeah, I honestly should have just jumped in the middle of the street and started like I should have just started, like, twerking on the hood so hard that it, like, fell apart. Like, apparently those things are held together with glue. It wouldn't have been difficult. I could have just, like, shook my ass on the hood, broke the Tesla down. That'd be, like, a very Baki way to destroy a car, is just to twerk it into a pile of scrap. Your puny truck won't survive my glutes.
Testing at all of his companies, and even hating on him for hitting on this woman using forks. What, a guy can't get laid by balancing forks anymore? What more can the woke mob take from us? As someone who liked the guy when I was a dumb kid in high school, who didn't know any better, it's been interesting to watch the complete 180 in political alignment. He now has total support from Republicans, and total ire from the party who once loved his scientific innovations and green energy initiatives. Notice I said interesting and not surprising. I already made a video on Elon's stupid left grift because his shift in politics makes total sense given his tendency to align with whatever enriches him and makes him feel loved. LGBT is popular, he's pro that. Thinks he can make more money being a right-wing asshole? Never mind, that's all woke garbage. April 5th, 2025 showed us thousands of protests across the country with over half of...
What I find so, like, upsetting is that, or not upsetting, but so damning and dangerous about this right-wing movement is its leaders are not really... At least it doesn't come off as they are dedicated, ideologically attached to being conservative, right? Like, I could imagine 5 years from now, Trump has totally different politics than he does today, if that is what would get him the most applause and the most affirmation, which we all know it's what he seeks. Elon's the same way. Trump and Elon are both popularity-starved clout chasers. That's really all they are. And they are doing the thing right now that gets them the most clout and the most cheers and the most pats on the back. But if that were to ever change, they would follow that trend. And what's so frustrating is that, like, when you've got people whose entire thing is seeking popularity and building popularity and clout, leading a movement, it's hard for that movement to not grow. And that is why Elon and Trump have been so influential for the Republicans, such a big deal for them, is they're such clout chasers that they are clout chasing on behalf of the Republican Party now.
A million people coming out to express their disdain for Elon and his actions in the government. But Elon and the right have been calling out the protesters, saying that they're paid, none of them know why they're really there, and that the vast majority of America still supports him, if he ignores the favorability polls. Well, Elon, and I'm talking to you directly now, I went to one of these Tesla protests, and the people seemed pretty well spoken. They knew exactly why they hated you, so I've compiled some of their reasons just so you can hear it from them. And in case that's not enough, I'll also tell you why I and many others hate you, and yes, as per the title, why you're definitely racist. So right now, Elon's biggest defense is that corrupt people love stealing money and committing fraud. And since he wants to stop that with his Department of Government Efficiency, the corrupt people are coming after him and his company.
You know who complains the loudest with the most amount of fake righteous indignation? The fraudsters.
And out of context, this argument...
You know what this reminds me of? He's probably going to acknowledge this as well. Back in the day, it was very popular for conservatives because there was this era where, like, the right was losing popularity but still holding it relatively well, and their main way of trying to avoid taking large hits to their credibility, of which was happening all over the place, was to find creative ways to deny very good, well-substantiated allegations of being stupid and racist, right? And a very common way that conservatives would try to express these beliefs was by dog whistling, which is in reference to a real-life dog whistle, which is a tool that you blow into, and humans can't hear the whistle blow, but you can, or dogs can hear it, though, right? And so it's a sound that only dogs can hear, but humans can't. It's selective messaging, you could argue, right? And so dog whistles, when it comes to rhetoric, are messages or phrases or sayings that a certain group of people will know what it means, know what you're saying, and understand it, but everyone not in that in-group will not understand it. It will come off as innocuous or nonsensical. And that's the whole point, because when you confront one of these people on a dog whistle, and you call out that they're dog whistling, one of their favorite responses was always, back in the day, well, if it's a dog whistle, and you hear it, then you must also be a dog, huh? Basically implying, if you could tell that their racist dog whistle was a racist dog whistle, then you must be a racist, because only racists can detect it, right? It reminds me a lot of that, Elon's little, like, gotcha statement there.
Makes logical sense. People who are stealing and want to continue stealing don't like being called out and will go to severe lengths to avoid losing that money. For example, in 2022, this one guy named Elon Musk lied to the Securities and Exchange Commission about the size and scope of his stake in Twitter stocks so that he could save himself $150 million in underpriced Twitter shares. In the downtime between when he was legally obligated to report his over 5% ownership and when he actually reported it, he was able to buy $500 million worth of shares. And when the SEC called him out, he said, the SEC is just another weaponized institution doing dirty political work.
Sounds like...
Yeah, no, like, Elon's hatred for the SEC should be, if, like, most people's biggest red flag, unironically. The SEC is the main institution that gives you, the consumer, power over a company doing something to you, a company that's taken your money already, doing something to you that's against, like, the contract that you agreed to when you purchased, right? Like, if you are having a big problem, let's say, here's the time I almost called the SEC. I was having issues with my ISP, and they were not doing anything for, like, weeks and weeks and weeks on end. They were not doing anything. They were lying and saying they would do something and then not doing it. It was, it's Xfinity, by the way. And I finally got them to solve everything within an hour once I simply said SEC. I was just curious if, like, it would set off alarm bells in their system if I just said SEC, and sure enough, it did. Sure enough, the second I said SEC, it set off some alarm bells behind the scenes, and they had my problem fixed in an hour. After weeks of being on and off customer support calls and their little live chat on their website. Of course, it was Xfinity. You know then. You've been there. So yeah, like any big corporate CEO billionaire guy who's anti-SCC is anti-you. They want more of those like hair-rippingly frustrating experiences with customer service and with like things not being the quality and what was promised when you paid. Like that, he is anti-you, the consumer. And most people don't know what the SEC does or how useful it is or how valuable it is, how like there to help you it is, and so they just don't give a fuck. Like they don't know that Elon is really letting the mask slip here, ironically.
The SEC is just another weaponized institution doing dirty political work.
Sounds like corruption to me.
Now, could it maybe be possible that people are upset that Elon is defunding programs that people actually care about? Things that materially help them or provide their entire livelihood? Or are all of these protesters fraudsters or paid by the fraudsters?
I also am really sick to death of ending support for U.S. aid, firing all the federal workers.
We've got Elon and his crew of teenagers in the government saying that they're looking for fraud and ripping out every agency that does important things, that is not fraudulent. Like, why are we dismantling USAID? Look at the bloated defense budget and all of the contractors that are just filling up their pockets. If you're looking for fraud, don't, cut our national park services and all the good things that we need. It's ridiculous, and we didn't vote for you. So, get out of our government. That's why I'm here.
I want us to be nonviolent, and I want us to have conversations, but firing people is not having a conversation.
Okay, so maybe they hate the way he's going after legitimate, hardworking government workers and cutting programs that help the country and save lives. But even then, why go after Tesla? He makes cars that help the environment. Liberals love the environment. Hating Tesla means you hate the environment.
What's so weird as well is that right now Trump is like going hard on anti-electric vehicle policy, like shutting down bills that were meant to allocate funding towards rapidly expanding the amount of electrical chargers available. Though then again, it wouldn't surprise me if Tesla just wants to dominate like the market, if like this is some kind of sorted scheme where it's like, okay, we kill any bills that create universal available electric car chargers being built across the country. We make it so there are only Tesla chargers everywhere, and that way if anyone considers getting an electric car, they have to go with Tesla, because where else are they going to recharge? I think that's probably what Trump and Elon's plan is, to try and help force Elon into a position where he's cornered the EV market in America exclusively. And I'm sure, Elon's trying to influence other governments. He said he wants to start doing this in Europe now. He probably wants to do the same there. I bet that's his plan. Basically kill all competitors by only allowing his electric charging stations to be built nationwide. I bet that's his plan, that evil little conniving bastard.
I mean, the last administration was going to mandate electric vehicles, and now you see on the far left some efforts to go after electric vehicles. It's quite something.
It is ironic. What are they doing this for? What's happening, it seems to me, is they're being fed propaganda by the far left, and they believe it.
Do you hate electric vehicles now? You don't really care about the environment, do you?
I think electric vehicles are great, but Elon Musk is a con man selling us a bill of goods. His cars are falling apart on the road.
This thing sucks. For a long time, I was a huge supporter of Tesla because they're pushing the EV market forward. I think that's a wonderful thing. I don't want to come across as...
Was it a meme that all of the Cybertrucks got recalled because it turned out the panels were attached with glue? Was that a meme? Because that seems so insane. I was hearing that the heat of Southern California was causing the glue to loosen up, and panels were falling off of Cybertrucks in Southern California in the heat. Because the panels are metal, shiny panels, the kind of thing that will burn you when it sits out in the heat long enough. If you're in Florida or Southern California and you've ever let the metal piece of your belt, your seatbelt buckle, sit in the sunlight for hours, and then you come back to the car and the car's like an oven when you open it up, and you sit down and the seat burns your back because it's so hot, and then you take the seatbelt and that little piece of shiny metal that's been sitting there in the sun all day grazes your neck. That is a pain that when you experience for the first time in your life, you never forget it. It's like being branded, but 100 times worse. It's connected with Elmer's glue. It was glued on. Okay, so it wasn't a meme.
Being against EVs, but I can't support Tesla if Elon is the forefront. I just can't.
I'm not protesting electric vehicles. I'm protesting Elon Musk, Trump, and Project 2025.
Wow, the brainwashing and paid talking points are getting really good, because those people almost sound like they sincerely don't like you. You could literally have a chain of orphanages and people would still protest because they hate you and your bottom line, not the concept of Tesla. That said, if you did have a chain of orphanages, I'm sure you'd be responsible for 70% of the occupants and be using them for child labor. Well, maybe they weren't paid by fraudsters at all. Maybe they were paid by George Soros, a man who, I don't know, hates America or whatever. He wants to destroy the country because the country is good and he's bad. So he hates good things. Is that the thing? I don't know. Now, if Soros did pay for these protests, I have to say that it's an incredible waste because everyone here...
I feel like there needs to be some, like, big lefty video essayist that just does a video on Soros at this point. Like, just do the whole deep dive on the guy. Like tell his whole life story, explain what he invests in and why, like, he does it. Like, explain all the conspiracies around him and debunk them. Explain why they're false. Like, somebody needs to do the quintessential Soros conspiracy debunking video in, like, the video essay sphere. It's not a thing for a live streamer like me to do, but like a dedicated video essayist, like someone like H-Bomber guy, could just make something peak out of that concept, I think.
Here was the exact type of Berkeley hippie that would have come out and protested for free if they heard a single bongo drum. I wish I got paid to hate Elon, although to a degree I will for this video. Speaking of which, this video is sponsored by Private Internet Access.
Cripes, Jimmy, what are you doing? My name's not Jimmy.
Listen, you gotta keep the bills paid, right? You gotta keep a roof above your head. You gotta keep the lights on. I get it. I get it. A man's gotta eat, after all. A man's gotta eat. Listen, I really like this video so far. I think it makes some pretty good points. I also like the Pokemon quilted blanket right there. That's an Appleton right there. It's like a little apple quilted blanket, but if you look close enough, it's Pokemon. That's an Appleton. Anyway, though, guys, I really appreciate you guys checking this out. If you want to watch the original video, which I highly recommend you do, there will be a link in the description. But if you watch this far and you want to let me know that you did, comment down below yummy soy. Yeah, comment down below yummy soy when this comes out as a video. It'll let me know you watched this far. And comments boost the channel and the algorithm along with likes. Every single thumbs up and comment is the best way to boost the channel and the algorithm. It really does help. And on top of that, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon to turn on all notifications so YouTube actually tells you when I go live or upload new videos. Because if you don't, then they won't. And of course, if you want to see more from me on other platforms, you can follow my social medias linked down below. I especially recommend you join my fan Discord, where I host gaming events, call-in streams, and watch parties every Friday. And finally, if you want to support me directly financially, help me keep the lights on and a roof above my head here at the Xander Hall studio, then please consider donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or support me through YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, Patreon, or buy some custom Xander Hall merch through the Streamlabs link down below. Regardless of how you support me, thank you so much for watching as always, and have a good one.